Session 4 of If Only. The final section of Psalm 85, verses 8 to 13 reads like this. I will listen to what God the Lord will say. He promises peace to his people, his saints, but let them not return to folly. Surely his salvation is near to those who fear him, that his glory may dwell in our land. Love and faithfulness meet. Righteousness and peace kiss each other. The Lord will indeed give what is good, and our land will yield its harvest. Righteousness goes before him and prepares the way for his steps. So the writer has said God will restore, but then he says, and I will listen to what he says. There has to be a willingness to listen, but also to obey, because he then continues on, let them not return to their folly. The desire of God is to restore, but that only comes from an attitude that is willing to listen and to change. Let them not return. The following verses are lovely. Love and faithfulness meet together, and righteousness and peace kiss each other. A lovely picture, but they're also very important. God's love needs to be met by our faithfulness, and God's faithfulness needs to be met by our love. Righteousness and peace kiss each other. Well, faithfulness springs up from the earth, righteousness comes down from heaven. The kiss is a sign of a loving relationship. So God's righteousness, our faithfulness in a loving relationship. The psalmist has looked at the faithfulness of God in the past, and he's based his act of asking for restoration on the fact that God has been faithful. But it's not going to happen without a willingness and obedience of the people. But he's assured, if they do, verse 12, the Lord will indeed give what is good, and our land will yield its harvest. We see the church today, and it looks like it's in a state of decline. Numbers are falling. We're in a world that is just becoming increasingly ungodly. The government is putting restrictions on us that we can't do many of the things that Jesus has called us to do. And the church in many places is watering down the gospel, so it will be more appealing to modern day society. What do? Do we throw up our hands in despair and then just hunker down in our churches, forget the outside world? Or do we look at how God has acted in the past? Revival has broken out time and again. And even in the 1900s, 1902, a big revival in Melbourne, 1904, the Welsh revival, 1906, Azusa Street in Los Angeles, 1949, Billy Graham, 1968, the Jesus Movement in California, 1980s, the Vineyard Movement, 1990s, the Toronto Blessing. But none of these happened unexpectedly. They were the outcome of fervent prayer, constant prayer, people who were passionate to see God at work. They also involved hard work, following up people who made the decision for Jesus, and then discipling them. So it certainly didn't lead to sitting back and just enjoying times with God. If we want to see things change, we need to be willing to listen and obey and to put in the work that is needed.
Hear, O Lord, our cry, revive us again, for the sake of your glory, revive us again. Lord, hear our cry. Hear, O Lord, our cry, revive us again, for the sake